Starmer leaves Liverpool buoyed up by a combative speech, but his room for error is narrow. 2 near-term pinch points could unlock a contest. A harsh November budget with limited fiscal headroom and May's locals across England, Scotland and Wales. If Labour underperforms while reform surges, internal nerves will fray. And recent polling has reinforced the mood music. Voters rate Starmer poorly and tell pollsters an alternative could do better, notably Andy Burnham, who tops a new Savanta readout for the House, even though he's not an MP. The ground rules, of course, in plain English, mean that you've got to be an MP in order to run as Prime Minister. Well, I suppose you could be a member of the House of Lords and revive a very old tradition, but nominations come from MPs and affiliated bodies, hence any mayoral hopeful needs a Commons route first. Probably a friendly by-election, which is why Burnham's numbers matter, but his path is constrained today. Wes Streeting has long been briefed as leadership material. I've certainly put my put my money where my mouth is, I think, or have I? I haven't really. I haven't given him a penny. But his brand is brisk reformer, fiscally hawkish, comfortable partnering the independent sector in the NHS, and rhetorically pugnacious. He is the candidate most aligned with the party's current governing spine, which reassures donors and many MPs. The risk is twofold. Members may bridle at a Blair-era vibe, and his Ilford North majority is thin, leaving an electoral jeopardy narrative. Still, among cabinet figures, he feels most obviously ready in TV studios and room management. If there's a swift move against Starmer, Streeting is on every shortlist. Shabana Mahmood has moved from Justice to the Home Office and used a conference to set out tests for settlement, English proficiency, clean record, civic contribution, while publicly owning prime ministerial ambition. That combination of clarity and appetite travels well in a leadership race, and her problem mirrors Streeting's. Critics on the left say both are too right-leaning. If the race tightens, expect the party's right to consolidate around one of them to avoid splitting the same pool. And of course, if gender is significant, it's possible that she will have the edge. David Lammy's promotion to Deputy Prime Minister and Justice Secretary gives him stature and the podium time any leadership bid requires. He can talk to left and right, has foreign policy and legal gravitas, and he's a fluent media performer. The counter case is that he carries government baggage at a time of voter impatience, and he'll be judged on delivery at justice within months. The surprise is Ed Miliband in this list. His conference performances have been energetic, evangelising for net zero, with a wider soft left programme that drew big rooms. He has the ideas, the experience, and a following beyond Westminster. But 2015's defeat still shadows him, and some MPs will worry about a backward glance just as the party is trying to steady governing credibility. Angela Rayner remains a folk hero for much of Labour's base. Her resignation over unpaid stamp duty damaged the government, but has prompted notable calls for a return, particularly from Wes Streeting. A comeback as a clean break candidate is credible if she clears the ethics fallout and re-establishes front bench momentum. Andy Burnham is the only non-MP who currently outscores Starmer with the public. He has a clear social offer and national profile, but without a common seat he cannot stand. He would need a by-election and to hold it against reform pressure. Until then, he is a gravitational force rather than a formal runner. There are others in the list. Yvette Cooper, now at the Foreign Office with a heavy brief. Serious, experienced, but exposed to the volatile world events and to migration spillovers she previously owned at the Home Office. Bridget Phillipson, methodical, union-friendly, and now vying for deputy leader. Lower wattage, not particularly competent, but credible if the field fragments. And Darren Jones, organisationally powerful inside Number 10's machinery, but light public profile, and a recent history of gaffing. The likely scenarios are that Starmer will stabilise as he threads through the budget. Locals are mixed but not disastrous, and talk cools. In this world, Streeting and Mahmood bank profile rather than break cover. And the likelihood is that there will be a controlled transition. A poor spring showing triggers a cautious move. The parliamentary right coalesces early. Expect a Streeting versus Mahmood primary field with Lamy as the unity option if neither can lock a majority. There is, of course, the wildcard rupture. External shock or polling freefall invites a wider field. Here, Rayner's base and Miliband's ideas become decisive trading chips, and Burnham's route to Westminster gets tested fast. If Labour blinks first, the most professional candidates today are Streeting and Mahmood. Streeting edges it on message discipline and media craft. Mahmood counters with clarity on enforcement, plus a fresher narrative arc. Lamy is the best bridge across factions if MPs crave a unifier. Burnham is the strongest public brand, but remains a problem until he's in the Commons. Rayner is the comeback story if she resets quickly. That is the map as of the 1st of October 2025, and the succession chatter reflects a governing party short on patience, long on anxiety, and for once the Health Secretary is not just in the waiting room. But the problem here is a leadership challenge at about the same time when the Conservative Party is having a leadership challenge will revive all that memory of the Prime Minister after Prime Minister after Prime Minister and then Liz Truss that we've had since Brexit. Is it that the Conservative Party couldn't get its act together, or is it the curse of Brexit? That's the problem.